this team ready to take it on the road and go across the country?
You know, the first thing that jumps to mind about what we liked was just our fight, you know, that we battled, you know, in some spots and some positions we were, you know, next man up. So we were playing with some different guys. So we continued to fight. We continued to battle. We learned. We got better. You know, there's nothing like playing in a game and getting game experience. So we gained some of that. Within that, we're also creating depth, which is huge. You know, as far as going on the road, I mean, we're going to get on that plane on Friday, and we're going to go to California. We're going to go on a mission, you know, and we understand and we know what's in front of us. And our guys are really motivated. They're really determined. They're working, you know, within themselves, working within us. And just like I've been saying, I mean, our focus, again, today in practice was on us, about us getting better and continue to clean things up and, you know, be worried about us, you know, individuals being worried about and working to correct mistakes and learn new fundamentals and techniques, or continue to learn fundamentals and techniques that we've put out there as coaches.
We're on the left there.
With you guys getting Deontay back completely healthy, what do you kind of expect from that rotation with him, Chris, and Kyle going forward?
You know, it's just fortunate that you got three backs, and now that all three of them have game experience, and then, you know, especially with Chris and Deontay being bigger type backs, but just excited to have those guys in a rotation of being able to keep those guys fresh and being able to, you know, run our run scheme, and those guys be a part of that and just, you know, execute at a high level and be able to play downhill and do the things that we ask them to do.
Front right, Anwar.
Coach, you haven't been afraid to go for it on fourth down. You've converted 3 out of 3. Can you maybe give us an idea of the thought process of when you decide you want to go for it? How do you calculate it, because you've been so successful at it?
It's just situation and scenario. It's just, you know, like I said, game situation, and whatever the situation is, and understanding and knowing and just making sure that we make the right decision for us offensively and for us as a football team. So those are really things that are behind those decisions.
Front middle, Brian.
Sterlin, this game, this last game really showed what you had talked about in the preseason about how some games, some guys will see their numbers called and other games will be different. Do you talk about that with the guys? Like, you know, John Burt one week, Dorian Leonard the next. Who knows who it could be Saturday?
Yeah, those guys understand that. That's something that we talk about, and they understand. And it's just about the growth in this offense and understanding the scheme of this offense and what can happen week in and week out. And, again, our ultimate goal in this building is to win. And with our offensive kids is to win. And those guys know, you know, we got unselfish guys in that room, and we got guys with no ego. But those guys understand it, and they know and they realize – one week it might be my week, you know, or we might catch a bunch of balls at this position and not so many at the other position. So those guys know and understand. And, again, what we love about these kids is no ego. They're unselfish. And at the end of the day, everybody in this building wants to win.
Back right, Chip.
Sterlin, what's your biggest concern right now? And do you expect on the zone read for teams to just always have it, you know, be a keep for Buechele?
You know, concern-wise, just, again, focus on us and continue to get better. I mean, here you sit, the third game of the season in a new offense. So, you know, we still have room for growth. We still have room for improvement at every position, be it O-line, quarterback, skill position, running back. So that's what we're looking for. That's what, you know, I don't know if concern is the word. That's just what we're focused on is our kids position-wise of their improvement. And, you know, as far as the second answer, I mean, there's a lot of different ways guys can play that thing. So just, you know, continue to just know and be aware and understand, you know, what guys can do to us schematically to that.
Mike?
I asked Shane yesterday what the toughest road environment he ever played in high school was, and he said there wasn't one. He said it was always fine. Is that a concern at all, the first time he's going to go into a place where it's going to be loud, and how does that affect what you do in terms of play calling and getting things going?
Again, with Shane, you're just dealing with a guy that's obviously just young and hasn't I mean, it's his first road college football game. So, but you just go back to the last two environments that we played in at home, big crowds, and just to maybe aware of it. But the guy, Shane is, I mean, he's focused. He's been calm, and those are things he's got to continue to do, you know, for us to be effective offensively. So, you know, for him, he'll just be focused and be himself, and you know, things will be
Do
fun.
y'all do any audible signals at all in terms of that aren't visual? I mean, is that going to affect anything, the noise?
I mean, we got different ways to do things.
On the right, Joe?
Yesterday, Shane said that when he tucks the balls and run, it kind of depends on situation, whether he'll slide or stand and fight for yards. Do you have a preference on what he should do whenever he's running the ball?
Yeah, and he said it. I mean, that's a great answer. Just knowing and understanding the situation and knowing when to get down and maybe when we need 2 or 3 more yards.
All the way on the right, Anwar?
Coach, I noticed over the past couple of games, you really haven't gone into trickery or, you know, anything like that. Are you just trying to just implement your plays and just, you know, outperform the other guy, or is that something that's in your arsenal that you're waiting on?
I mean, I think that stuff's there in everybody's offense, and it just, again, that situational football of when it might be needed or when it's not needed. And again, we just got to continue to get better at our base stuff and the stuff that you know, we consider our bread and butter stuff, and that's the stuff that we've been focused on, you know, right now early in the season, week in and week out.
Front middle, Brian?
Yeah, I was Sterling, I was a little surprised that Shane was really emphatic about how he thinks y'all need to go faster. What in your mind have you not liked about the pace, or what do you want to see?
Yeah, and he's right. Just at times we could be a lot faster with just our alignment and some just the fundamentals and technique of tempo. There's just some things that we can continue to get better at and be faster with. So he's got a good grasp of that and understanding of that, and understands you know, the direction we still have to go and the room for growth we still have to go with tempo.
Is that up to the quarterback, whether it's him or Swoops out there? Is that up to the quarterback to dictate that, or is that you guys from the sideline?
No, it really comes from the sideline, and those guys just got to do a great job of you know, pushing the herd and getting those guys set and getting those guys going.
Back right, Chip?
What do you like most about what you've seen the first 2 games?
Just the fight and the battle in our kids. You know, when you come into a new situation and a new team, new offense, and you just don't quite know and know what you're going to get from kids and coaches until you go into battle. So, we've now been in 2 battles together, 2 games together, so you get an opportunity to learn a lot about each other. So just the fight, we've had to fight through adversity, we have to overcome, and we've been in some situations and scenarios to see our kids, you know, fight through those things and come out on top. So those things have been positive. Again, our kids' attitude, their energy, the way they've been at practice, the way they've been on game day, you know, has been good.
Stay over here, Danny.
How confident are you in the depth you guys have built, especially there in the offensive line?
And we just got to continue to, those are just things, continue to grow week in and week out. And like I said, we were in a situation on Saturday where you play a lot of guys, and again, game experience is invaluable. So you get a chance to roll some guys out there that now have game experience, you know, and that stuff's invaluable. It just continues from the skill position wise and, you know, O-line guys wise. So to have that definitely is a positive.
Anything else? Anwar?
Coach, is it, when you're sitting at 2-0, and especially as a first-year guy, do you have the intention of more guys? And not to say you didn't, but I mean, now that they see the success of your offense, is it a lot easier to, you know, to instruct them?
I don't think I've seen a drastic change different with their attention to us and to what we're asking them to do previous to that. I mean, our guys have been really motivated. They've been really tuned in. They've been really focused about what we've asked them to do. And then you go out, you're able to be, you know, 2-0 and have success the way that we had and done some good things. And we've also done things that we've got to fix and correct. But our guys right now are real attentive, they're real focused, and they're real determined.
Chip?
Sterling, can you give us a specific example of how Shane is growing, like where he might, you know, have seen something or read something and adjusted, or, you know, how he's growing in the job?
I mean, I'll probably stay away from just directly specific stuff, but just his reads and where he's been able to place balls and things that he's seen, those are things that he's improved with. Go back to spring ball through summer camp, through two-a-days, through the first game, and then even through the second game. So those are the areas that he's improved that have been, that have been exciting to see his growth there. And then obviously he knows that he's still got a lot of room for growth and improvement, and those are things that he works at. And I mean, he's extremely motivated about fixing and being a lot better.
In the back, Joe.
Coach, some teams now see you guys as the front runners in the Big 12. Is that unfair for you guys for such having a young team?
I mean, those guys are going to pick and choose whatever they choose. Again, our focus is on us. That what we need to do is take care of us day in and day out and continue to grow, continue to get better, and then we'll see where that takes us.
On the left, Daniel.
On Saturday, we saw Gerard take a direct snap, and he also had a play where he kind of took the, toss from Tyrone. Going forward, is this something we should be expecting to see a lot, just him lining up in a lot of different places?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a situation and, scenario where we thought was good for him to do that, and if those deals come back up, then, those are always possible.
Back on the right, Chip.
What stands out about Cal's defense? What problems do they present?
The first thing and understand that they see tempo every day. Those guys really do a great job on offense. But they've got some guys, Looney up front's a really good player. Their back end guys, that they cover well. They're able to move around well. And, they're just pretty fundamentally sound about what they do. And, you can tell that they tackle well and they understand and know exactly what they're trying to do, in the back end and up front.
Thank you, Sterling.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.